BioBob here. This is a quick tutorial on how to create fire with trapcode particular. This is a quick example of what you can do with it. Not the best effect in the world, but it's alright for those low budget films that you're making at home. Okay, so let's get started. We'll start by creating a new composition. We'll call it Fire Comp 1. Make this 1024 by 768. 25 frames a second, and we'll make it 10 seconds long, make it black. And then you want a new solid, I'm going to call this background, make it comp size and make it sort of orangish. And then to that layer apply trapcode particular. Okay, we'll go through these one by one. What we need to change, first of all, we're going to change the emitter. Now we want particles per second. We're going to change to 25,000. Type, we're going to change to box. Don't worry about that message. Emitter size X, we will change that to 1200, and make sure that all these velocities are set to 0. Okay. That's it for the emitter. Particles. Particle life we're going to change to 0.5. Life random, we'll change that to 25. Sphere feather, change that to 75. Size, I'll change that to 3. If I just scrub through so you can see what's happening. Okay, size over life, make that a ramp. Opacity over life, make that a ramp. Excuse me. That's it for particles. And then physics, we'll change the gravity to minus 500. Physics time factor, we'll leave that at 1. We drop down the air, we get into the turbulence tab. Excuse me. Okay, if we change the evolution speed to 250, what else do we want? Evolution speed, no, sorry, my mistake. Effect position 250. Evolution speed, we'll set that to 20. And we're going to offset this Y by using an expression. So if you hold down Alt, click on the stopwatch, and in the expression box type time times negative 500. That's that. And complexity we will make 6. That's good. Render turn motion blur on, shutter angle, we'll make that 500. Okay, I think that looks good. Move this down. If we add blur and sharpen, if we add a fast blur, blur at 5 pixels, add a colorama, color correction, colorama, change the output cycle to a preset of fire, and phase form alpha. Actually, I'll change that back. We'll go into output cycle. Ooh. Excuse me. There we go. Get phase form alpha. Okay. We'll not change anything. If we add a glow, change the glow threshold to 80, change the glow radius to 80, and that is pretty much it. So if I give that a RAM preview, it takes a little while, so I'm just going to pause the video and come back when it's done. Okay, that's RAM previewed for 4 seconds, and it looks pretty good for what we're going to use it for. You can obviously play around with the settings to get the fire as you like. This is just a basic fire line. I'm trying to simulate. I'm trying to simulate fire from a distance onto a tree line. But yeah, as I say, you can tweak around with these settings and make the fire change as you like. Change the physics, make it blow. You have the wind blowing in from the left, so it looks like it's blowing off to the right. You can make the flames bigger. You can add smoke. Yeah. So what I will do now is bring in my picture. And I'll drop that underneath. And you notice you've got the black around this. You've got transfer modes here. I mean, your view might be like this. You haven't got them. If you just press F4, it toggles between 2 views. So if you change the transfer mode of this to screen, that gets rid of that. And then you basically just move it around. Half a rotation, and rotate it slightly. rotate it a bit more. Maybe not 6, maybe -3. Push P for position. Move it up. Sort of like there. Can play around with these, make it a bit darker, go into color armor settings, make it a 10. Drag all these around, just gives it a much darker look. 15 match. Look for that. Just P position there. R for rotation. Make that -2. And preview that. Again, this will take some time, so I'll just pause the video and come back when it's done. Okay, that's previewed. 3 seconds. Like I say, it's not the best fire in the world, but depending on what you're doing with it, you can tweak it and make it different things. But with this one, I find that it's burning too fast. I've had to play around with the settings, and there's got to be a way to do it, but I haven't figured out how to change the speed on which that fire evolves. So what I do is a much simpler form. Is I'll pre-compose these 2 layers. Control Shift and C, pre-compose. I'll call this fire pre-comp. Make sure you move all attributes to the new comp. That's done. And then if you right click on the timeline here and go to time stretch, and you get the stretch factor here. So 100% is what it is at the moment, so that's normal play speed, 25 frames a second. So if I put in here 200, then that makes the video twice as long, so it runs twice as slow, so that would be 12.5 frames a second. Okay, it's important to know that the higher this figure, the slower the video. If you put it down to 50, it will run twice as fast. So for this demonstration, I'm going to change it to 300, which will then change it from a 10-second video to a 30-second video. And make sure layering point is selected. Press OK. So it still remains 10 seconds, but it's stretched it over a 30-second period. So this is 10 seconds of a potential 30 seconds. So then if you run preview that again, it should run a lot slower and look a lot more natural. All you need to do, as I say, is add in your smoke elements, maybe tweak the fire line, make sure it's a bit more on the hill. This is just a quick demonstration of the possibilities. It could look so much better than this. It could look a lot more real. But as I said, I'm just rushing this to give you the basic idea. So we'll play on that. So that runs a lot slower now. It looks a lot better. Okay, well that will be the end of this tutorial from BioBob. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave some comments, feedback. Let me know if there's any other tutorials you request. Other than that, yep, thank you and goodbye.